Hello. I am live. Hello. Wow, I already have friends in the chat box. Thank you guys so much for coming. So, hello, Kelly. Kelly was first. Thanks, Kelly, for coming. And Evelyn, thank you for coming. And Kathy, look at you guys. You got on the board. Hello, Rebecca. And hello, Jason. Jason is fifth. Thank you guys for coming. I am so honored that you are here already. So thank you guys for coming. And wow, I took 2 weeks off and I'm really glad I did. I mean, I missed you guys on YouTube for my lives, but it was good to have some time off. And yeah, it was much needed break. So I started with VIP Kid 3 years ago. I just signed my 7th contract. Did you guys know that you can go back to the VIP Kid portal and you can actually they have a section where you can look at your listed contracts. And I think Rebecca said that she can't see all of hers because it only goes up to like the 9th or something. But all of mine were there, so I was able to count. So I'm going to talk about VIP Kid for a second. And most of you guys, I think I met you all through VIP Kid. So it's a starting point. It was a great starting point. So I found VIP Kid on Facebook. I just kept seeing ads, and obviously, my Facebook feed must have known that I was looking for a part-time job. And I was looking that summer that I was going to be facing a summer. I wanted some extra money, and I actually applied at a Michael's near me. And I figured this would be a fun place to work. And, it would be crafts. I love crafts and all that stuff. And I went in, applied. I'm thinking, no problem. I'm going to get a job here. Thank you, Lisa. Fun background. It might be a little too much, but I guess that's me. I like everything. So anyway, so I applied at Michael's and I went in for an interview, and I'm thinking it was like 5 a.m. to like 9 a.m. and you stock the shelves. So it's not like going to be customers. You're just going to, take the stuff that comes in, put it on the shelves, and do whatever you need to do before the customers come. And I thought, well, that would be perfect. I could get down there early before, my kids are really doing much and get home. And one of the questions that the interviewer asked me was, can you work alone? Because, we're going to give you this cart and you're going to have to go and just be independent. Do you think you can handle it? I'm like, I might actually like that. So a mom of 13, can you work alone? Yeah, that's kind of a weird question. But I never heard back from them. I didn't get hired, for $10 an hour. I was like, a little bit like, okay. A little bit surprised they didn't like jump at the chance to have me work for them. But then I saw VIP Kid and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can work for twice as much from my house teaching kids, which I love to do. And the rest is history. So Rebecca says she loves to work alone. And Stephanie, hello, Stephanie. And Rebecca says, but sometimes it goes faster with someone else. Yeah, it goes faster when you work with Rebecca on a team effort. Yeah, because Rebecca likes to work. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But so VIP Kid has been a great thing for me. I have loved the teacher community immensely. I have loved learning all about ESL and teaching online. I've learned a lot about my computer. So it's really been a great experience, and I'm thankful for it. It has changed my life in many ways. But as far as bookings go, I took a week off And I had a Friday that I had some classes, and my husband's like, "Oh, we're leaving Friday morning." And I'm like, "I have classes on Friday." And so I thought, well, I'm at the end of my contract. I would only get 2 cancellations if I canceled those classes, and I only had a few days left of my contract. So I went ahead and canceled the classes, and it was fine. And then I had one class during the week of my vacation. Well, no, I had 2 classes, one canceled. So I'm like, okay, we're all set with that. And then the second one canceled, but it filled in with a trial. So I had to do that one, but that was fine, except the fact that here I am on my computer. It was all set up like a half an hour ahead of time. It had been like 5 days since I had done any VIP Kid classes. So it was a little, getting into it and setting up in a strange place and everything. I was set up like 30 minutes ahead of time. And right when I pressed the button to start class, my computer, I don't know what happened. Something flipped and I didn't get into the class on time. Now my student didn't come to class on time either. But I think in my portal, I noticed that it said did not come to class on time. So I didn't pursue it because I'm only going to lose like $1, right? And it's a trial class. The kid did come to class. We did the trial. And I just let it go. But that was a little weird. I canceled 2 classes. Then I had a late class. And then something else happened this week. Oh, one day this week, I thought my next class was at 7:30 a.m. And I'm sitting there scrolling through, checking my mail and everything. And all of a sudden, teacher no-show comes across. And I realized that I missed a class by accident. So that was the first on my new contract. So that was a little ishy. So VIP Kid, I need to step it up and get back into it, get back into the swing of things and give it all I've got because I have no more. Now, did you guys notice that on the portal, if you cancel a class or you miss a class, now they have this little bell thing that says, you're a high risk person. It's got this little bell that is ringing for you at the places where you either canceled or you had a no-show. So that's really fun. Not really, but it's just like little bell that says irresponsible. So did you claim your reward for taking those days off and then reopening some? No, I did not. I didn't know there was. And I don't even know, Rebecca, I saw your video about claiming your rewards and I just get too overwhelmed with all of those things. I'm working for VIP Kid, Go Kid, Out School, and Jason said the bell of shame. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I'm like, thank you so much for that little bell. So I can't keep up with claim this and claim that. I do my best and I try not to get stressed out with all the extras. I just want to make my class, pay and do my best, be there for class, no more cancellations, no more, leeway for this contract. So Kelly says that happened to Danny too, claiming the reward. Oh, yeah. So that's just really weird. I don't really like that part, but I'm not going to complain today. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that next week is Dragon Boat Festival, and I think it's on Monday, and I have no classes next Monday. So I usually take Saturday and Sunday are kind of low bookings for me. If I do any at all, I usually try to take Sundays off. But my Monday, oh, wow, they are all green. I have no classes on Monday, and that's Dragon Boat Festival. So it must be that everybody's, going to be doing something fun that day. And then next week, I have a few openings during the week, and I've usually been fully booked. But maybe with my vacations and with my cancellations and stuff, and with the Dragon Boat Festival, I do have a few openings for bookings. But I'm hoping that will, even out, and I'll get back to the regular bookings in a few weeks. So that's my VIP Kid. And GoGo Kid, I'm still doing the brand contributor videos, but I'm not doing a ton of classes with GoGo Kid. I do have 2 people that got into the company, and one I think that is doing their first class coming up soon. And they're kind of coming off of regular school and VIP Kid and then opening slots for GoGo Kid. So that is really exciting. I had 4 people that I referred. One person, she sent me a message. She's like, oh, I used your code. I'm excited. I'm applying for GoGo Kid. And I didn't see her name on my portal. And GoGo Kid said she is not recorded as my referring teacher. So I didn't get that one, but she got in and she loves the company and she's doing well. And then I have 2 more that went all the way through, and then one that is in the process. So that is very exciting. So if you're watching this video, you'd like to apply for GoGo Kid, they do have some openings. Now, all 4 of mine applied in May, and they wanted to get the $300 incentive, but they did not make it to jump through all of the hoops to make it to sign the contract in May, which was kind of a bummer. But I was proud of them for keeping going and not giving up. So some of the things that you need to watch for GoGo Kid if you want to apply is it does take time to go back and forth. They do not do any like reviewing or anything on the weekend. So you can't count the weekend as, business days for them. And you do have to be really careful about when you take your pictures. They need to be very clear and concise. And you also need to make sure that your video is exactly how they want it. They like a simple background. And this is why I'm not really doing the digital background. They didn't really like the Manicam background, but I did hear that they are experimenting with doing digital rewards. So that may be coming up in their future. So, and I will be making brand contributor videos, but those have been a little tricky getting those approved by the company. They have been, particular about their videos. So, which I understand, it's their company, and if you have their logo on it, it needs to be to their specifications. So for me, it's kind of like, I'm in video school. I try to put the video out. They give me some, my goal is to try to make videos that they do not need to critique too much, obviously. But so I'm working on that. So Lisa said there were a lot of hoops. I'm opening slots Friday and Saturday, but they're not booking yet. Yeah. So I think with GoGo Kid, the more slots you can open, the better, because they want to see that you want to work for them and keep them consistent. Those are the things that I've heard. And so good luck, Lisa, and open them 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out if you can. So yeah. Okay. So now I wanted to talk for a minute about OutSchool, and I am working for OutSchool as well. And this summer, I'm thinking that if what we're doing takes off, I might just kind of do OutSchool and kind of keep my ESL classes at a minimum, because we are doing, Rebecca and Mindy and I and a couple other teachers that we have just met online are going to be doing OutSchool camps. So this is really exciting. I was really happy that I guess Mindy kind of put my name in. And for me, it works out well because I was getting a little overwhelmed with, okay, what classes should I make? When should I book them? I was getting a little how can I decide type of thing. So this is going to be 3 hours a day, 4 days a week. We team teach with 2 other teachers, and we get to kind of like we're going to do more students. That's the tricky part. It can be 18 to like 36, I think, students, which I've never done that before online. So that's going to be new, but team teaching is really fun. We are putting extra time into it, so you can't really count your extra time as working time, because if you do that, you'll get really discouraged. But it's a training time too, because we're learning something new. It's a pilot program. So we just need to really pray right now that kids will flood into our camps. There are several camps going on, and Mindy and I are working on, I guess we were the first 2, and then we needed more teachers. So then Rebecca got in on it. So that's been a blessing, because she has been able to help us with, putting together some like organizational sheets. So we plan. So it's going to be 3 hours with the same kids. And we do, brain break classes. We do breakout sessions. We're going to do 1 hour big lesson per day, and we kind of switch off with all of this stuff. So it's going to be kind of cool. We're going to be able to see what the other teachers do, and we're going to be able to learn a whole new facet of online teaching. And so it's really exciting to be in on this. And I'm really happy because Mindy and Rebecca have been awesome. All the teachers have been great about putting together their lessons and everything to make it fun and interactive. And so we're going to have we have a offline group. It's called on Pumble. It's a new type of app. You go to it and you can organize all of your people. And so we have like a main group where we have announcements for all the teachers in all the groups. And then we have a smaller group where we can organize just for our teaching pod. So it's quite interesting how it's all going. I kind of at the beginning got a little overwhelmed with all of the extra, techno tools, but it's coming together. Yeah, it's coming together, and it's going to be exciting. I think after the first day, it'll be smooth sailing, but the first day I'm going to be a little bit nervous, and I don't have any idea how to keep track of like 30 kids online. So that will be interesting. So, so we'll be there the whole time, all 3 teachers, and then we're also going to each have breakout sessions. But then we're also going to, do brain breaks, and we're going to do the one big class. So that's cool. So Julia Stanaker. Hello, Julia. Thank you for coming. The camps sound great. What subjects are you teaching and what ages? So we're teaching 6 to 8. So our pod is all 6 to 8. And what we did was I'm going to be doing all of the weeks. So I'm doing 9 weeks, and we kind of made like 4 different themes so that we can recycle them. So we have like 4 different distinct pod subjects. And then we'll see how it goes, and we'll say, I think how it's going to go is that we're going to do all 4 in a row, and then we'll do all 4 in a row again, unless we see that the same kids are coming every single week. I don't know how that's going to go. We don't know for sure. So we're doing 4 and then 4, and then probably just figure out which one we like the best and do that the last week. And then, so we're doing stuff like science, Mad Science Club, and we're doing baby animals, and honestly, I can't remember the other 2. What are they, Rebecca? I have my papers here. Let's see, I can't remember. Mad Scientist. So we're doing all kinds of things, like we're doing science, art, and we're doing an art week. And we're adding in, games, and we're doing exercises, and one of the teachers is doing some songs, playing games, like Simon says, I'm doing some kitchen science recipes, things like that. So it's kind of like we're just kind of taking 1 week at a time, hobbies and artists. Yeah. So we're just going to try to make it fun with each thing. And it's just trying to kind of take what my idea was, use what you have been doing and incorporate it into the camp. So like Rebecca's doing some of her rainbow. Oh, we're doing rainbows 1 week, rainbow science. And I'm doing like a kitchen science and some drawing classes, kind of using what you have and just putting that in. So it's kind of random. We're trying to take a theme, but trying to do, all different things to keep the kids busy. So, and then like for the breakout sessions, we each do a lesson. So we can do that same lesson every week, I'm thinking, because we're going to kind of rotate the kids through in all of those different classes. So like for the breakout sessions, each teacher will do the same one, but we'll get different students. So the prep, trying to keep that to as minimal as possible. I agree, Julie. So many different things to teach. Are you guys doing the pods? Yeah. It's hard. Oh, you're thinking it's hard to decide what to teach for out school? Yeah, it really is. And, some people, I did the Lainey Goff course, and she talks about going in there, like say you're going to do math. I'm going to do first grade math. So you go into out school and you look at what other people are doing, and then you can kind of get an idea of the market, and you try to do something different. Don't try to copy people, but try to do something unique and different, something that you bring to the table that's totally different. Oh, you're not signed up yet. Okay. And so, but it's hard when you go in there and you see all these talented people. It can be overwhelming. So I think there's a balance between seeing what other people are doing and just trusting that you are awesome. You have something awesome to bring to the table. Julia, what's your expertise? What is your area of study? Now, what I do is I teach finger knitting, regular knitting. I do baking bread. I do first grade math. So I do a lot of different things. It's hard for me to pick. You can also search Out School Summer Adventures. Okay, so that's how you can find the summer adventure classes. So I do a lot of different things. I know that Rebecca does math games and science games mostly. Mindy does reading classes. So you can kind of pick what you love, something that you really love and that you want to do. Now, when I do first grade with baby animals, that's like what I love. I love to teach math. I love to help kids learn. It can be a little tricky because, the kids that come into the class, you don't know what their level is. I have a little girl that's like 5 years old, and she already knows how to multiply. And that's pretty uncommon, I think. So speech therapy, phonics and sounds, and crafts. Awesome. Now for speech therapy, that's pretty cool. The other thing you can do is you can do private lessons also. I did a piano class where I wanted up to 6 students. I ended up getting 3 students, and I got 1 student that wanted to keep going. I was hoping the other student would also, but I haven't heard back from them. But I did the group classes for 1 month sessions. So you can do that 1 month sessions if you want, but you can also do private lessons. So for like speech therapy, you could always advertise for private lessons, and if that's your expertise, you can always charge a little more than you would for like finger knitting or something, because that's kind of a specialty subject. Also, keep in mind that people do get money for school. So for like speech therapy, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know this for sure. Some people might get money for speech therapy. And so when you charge a higher price, they're willing to pay that because they know that that is an expert type thing. And then like phonics and sounds, that's a really great thing too. There's probably, endless numbers of kids that need to learn how to read, right? So that's a really great thing. And you could do that with a group. Those are awesome things. I mean, just do it. Just get in there and do it. If you want some help, let me know. You can private message me. And I usually put when you have I'll say this, when you sign up for any of these companies, just make sure you know whose link you are on. Like you say, oh, I want to check it out, and then I'm going to do my referring teacher. Then it gets messed up. So if you have to really know for sure that you're going in under that teacher's name when you go in to refer. Otherwise, it gets messed up. You might have even clicked on somebody's link of someone you don't even know. I had a person in VIP Kid that she wanted to use me as her referring teacher. And when we got down to it, she asked the company, am I using Cindy's referral code or whatever? And it turned out the company said, your person that you signed under is this. And she didn't even recognize the name. Then she went in again and they told her a different person. She didn't recognize that name either. So I had people actually completely start from the beginning of the process with a different email. And then they went in the process using my code. I felt honored that they would do that because they said, you're the one that helped me. I want you to get the benefit. I mean, it doesn't come out of your pocket. It's just something you're doing to bless someone else. So keep that in mind. You don't have to use a referring teacher. You can just go in there and just do it, But it's nice because OutSchool offers $200 to a referring teacher. And so if you know someone that you want to bless with $200, which is totally free for you, go for it, right? Find someone you like. Now, when I signed up for VIP Kid, I didn't understand any of that. But fortunately, I hadn't had a referring teacher at all. And I ended up talking to someone online who was kind of like me. They just were not a supersonic referring teacher. They wanted friends. And so I was able to put in her code, and she was able to get the benefit for being my referring teacher. And she's the one who actually helped me personally with my personal questions. So I was really happy that worked out. But when I first signed up for VIP Kid, I had no idea what that meant. I just thought it was a little weird when people were on YouTube and they were saying, I can help you. I want to be your referring teacher. I didn't really believe that they were going to help me personally. I thought it was a little weird. I understand more about it now. So, in OutSchool, the referring teacher gets $200 after that teacher earns $100. Yeah, so they will help you get there. Yeah, so that's an incentive for the teacher to make sure that you get that little boost to get started. That's a good point, Rebecca. And in VIP Kid and I believe GoGo Kid, the teacher gets the $100 bonus after you teach your first class. So, yeah, some people don't help. Yeah. Well, there's some people that don't help, and there's some people that, they send you videos. They say, I'm going to help you. And they send you videos, which is fine. But if you want someone who's going to talk 101, then you probably want to find someone who's not overextended in those ways. On the other hand, people who send you the videos, they have it streamlined. They know what questions people are asking and they can help you. But I know for my referrers, what do you call it? My referring teachers, I've given them one-on-one attention and they've been pretty good about it. Like they haven't extended themselves asking me questions. They haven't bothered me. And I truly have made friends. You know, all the ones that I've referred some for VIP Kids, some for GoGo Kid. I have not referred anyone for OutSchool yet. I've given it out there. I've been trying to recruit people, but I haven't had any takers. But you know, I've made friends with all my referring people, like personal friends, and I kind of check up on them here and there. So I think that's a really cool part about it. You kind of get a bond going. And then down the road, if you have a question, you can ask, you know, you feel like you have a friend, you can ask. Now, I've one person I referred for VIP Kid that we worked really hard to get her going, and she was in California. It was right before they stopped taking teachers from California. And she's still on my Facebook, and I saw her doing some stuff and I said, "Are you still working for VIP Kid?" And she said, "No." So I haven't heard more about it. But I'm telling you, she was so funny because she worked so hard to get into it. And I did one thing I forgot to tell her was don't open too many slots like tomorrow. And she went ahead and opened up short notice, like for 2 weeks. And she got like 8 in a row her first day. And she was not a supersonic, like, nutso person. She was like, "Oh my word." Like she hardly knew what she was doing. It was the ride of her life. She made it through, but it was crazy. And the whole time I was just like biting my nails. I'm like, please help her get through this. And she was sending me messages. "What do I do now? What do I do now? How do I do this?" It was hilarious. So it was a great memory for me because I was like, okay, I'm going to be available this whole time so she can get through this. So she made it through, and she did teach for them for a while. I don't know why she's not now, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. So if you're interested in any of the companies, I do VIP Kid, GoGo Kid, OutSchool. And I also have a link for Cambly. I have not really done much with Cambly because they only pay like $10 per hour. But if you're single or you have free time, you know, there are people who do really well. I think it's like 21 cents a minute or something. Online teacher dude, Tim, he did a video all about it recently. You don't have to have a degree. You can teach, you know, anytime, anywhere. It's pretty low key. There are a lot of people who do it. So if you have free minutes and you're just sitting around, hey, it's better to get some money than no money, right? And so that's an option. I have not really pursued that one. I was a little nervous about it, but those are the ones that I recommend. And so for OutSchool, you do not need a 4-year degree, which is nice. A lot of people who have really good teaching skills, but they don't have that 4-year college degree can do well on OutSchool. So those are my teaching stories for today. A lot going on. I'm really excited at home. I did do some planting this year and I have some plants growing. So I'm excited about that. We had a great time taking some time off and I'm looking forward to more stuff. So Cambly sounds like a good company to fill in your unbooked slots. Yeah, you can fill it in. You just need to make sure you know what you're doing because sometimes you get a student and you can talk to them for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You know, the booking is a little different than the online ESL company. So you just got to know the process. Like if you had a class and then you had a 30-minute opening and then you had another class, it might not work going in and out. But if you're smarter than me, it might. So yeah, you could check that out. All right, well, I'm going to go because I do have a half-hour class coming up, math with baby animals. And so I will see you guys the next time, and watch out for more videos on my channel of teaching online. And if you have any ideas for new videos, please let me know and tell me what you're doing in the chat box. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for coming. All of you who are in the chat box and all of you teachers, thank you so much. Thank you to those who are watching the playback, as I know many of you do. Thank you so much. And thank you for your support to my channel. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your faithful watching and support. Have a great day. Bye.